2, 3. वक्रतुण्डा महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवाय सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरा गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। कर्पूरगारं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। सर्वमङ्गलमङ्गली शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। ॐ लक्ष्मी करोतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदं मम शत्रु विनाशाय दीपज्योति नमोस्तुते। ॐ श्री गुरु चरण सरोज निज मन मुकुर सुरा बरनो रघुबर विमल सा जोधायक फलचार। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देव मोहि हरहु करे सविकार। सिया प्रभु रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। ओम राम रमीति रमेति रमे मनोरमे, सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम राम भरायणी। गौरी गणेश उमा महेश, पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश। गौरी गणेश उमा महेश, पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश। गौरी गणेश उमा महेश,
पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश।
गौरी गणेश उमा महेश, पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश।
गौरी गणेश उमा महेश, पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश।
शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश, शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश, शिवनंदन गणपति गणेश। गौरी गणेश उमा महेश, पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश। शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश, शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश, शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश। हे मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे, मोरिया रे बापा हे मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे, हे मोरिया 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 रे, मोरिया हे मोरिया 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 रे, मोरिया 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 रे, हे मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे, मोरिया हे मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे, मोरिया रे हे मोरिया 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 रे, मोरिया मोरिया हे मोरिया 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 रे, मोरिया 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 हे मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे, मोरिया रे बापा हे गणपति बापा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया, गणपति बापा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया, मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे, मोरिया रे बापा हे मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे, मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे, हे मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे। दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ, दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ, दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ। दुर्गे माँ दुर्गे दुर्गे जय जय माँ, दुर्गे माँ दुर्गे जय जय माँ, दुर्गे माँ दुर्गे दुर्गे जय जय माँ, दुर्गे करुणा सागर જગદોરારની માં જગદોરારની માં જગદોરારની માં જગદોરારની માં ઓ મહાદેવી જય જય માં મહાદેવી જય જય માં મહાદેવી જય જય માં મહાદેવી જય જય ઓ મહાદેવી જય જય માં મહાદેવી જય જય માં દુર્ગે માં દુર્ગે દુર્ગે જય જય માં દુર્ગે દુર્ગે જય જય માં દુર્ગે માં દુર્ગે દુર્ગે જય જય માં દુર્ગે અંબ ભવાની કાત્યાયની જય અંબ ભવાની કાત્યાયની જય અંબ કલ્યાણી કાત્યાયની જય અંબ કલ્યાણી કાત્યાયની દુર્ગે માં દુર્ગે દુર્ગે જય જય માં દુર્ગે માં દુર્ગે दुर्गा भवानी कात्यायनी जय दुर्गा भवानी कात्यायनी जय अम्ब कल्याणी कात्यायनी जय अम्ब कल्याणी कात्यायनी जय काली भवानी कात्यायनी जय काली भवानी कात्यायनी जय अम्ब कल्याणी कात्यायनी जय अम्ब कल्याणी कात्यायनी जय दुर्गे माँ दुर्गे दुर्गे जय जय माँ दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ दुर्गे माँ दुर्गे दुर्गे जय जय माँ दुर्गे माँ दुर्गे दुर्गे जय जय माँ दुर्गा भवानी माँ काली कपालनी माँ जगदोरारनी माँ अम्मा देवी दया करो माँ देवी आई माँ देवी सरस्वती माँ देवी साई माँ देवी सरस्वती देवी साई माँ देवी सरस्वती देवी साई माँ देवी सरस्वती दुर्गा भवानी माँ काली कपालनी माँ दुर्गा भवानी माँ काली कपालनी माँ जगदोरारनी माँ जगदोरारनी माँ साई दया सत्य साई दया सत्य साई दया देवी साई देवी सरस्वती देवी साई देवी सरस्वती भवानी काली कपालिनी दुर्गा भवानी काली कपालिनी जगधोरारिणी जगधोरारिणी साई दया करुणा सत्य साई दया करुणा दुर्गा भवानी काली कपालिनी दुर्गा भवानी काली कपालिनी काली कपालिनी काली कपालिनी दुर्गा भवानी काली कपालिनी दुर्गा भवानी कपालिनी जगधोरारिणी जगधोरारिणी साई दया करुणा सत्य साई दया करुणा सत्य साई दया करुणा सत्य साई दया करुणा देवी साई देवी सरस्वती जय दी बाबा जय दी बाबा जय दी बाबा संगनी जय दी बाबा जय दी बाबा जय दी बाबा संगनी जय जय दी बाबा बोलो जय दी बाबा बोलो जय बाबा संगनी जय दी बाबा बोलो जय दी बाबा बोलो जय बाबा जय दी बाबा जय दी बाबा जय दी बाबा संगनी जय दी बाबा जय दी बाबा जय दी बाबा संगनी जय दी बाबा बोलो जय दी बाबा बोलो जय बाबा संगनी जय दी बाबा बोलो जय दी बाबा बोलो जय मुनि प्रेमी जय मुनि प्रेमी जय मुनि प्रेमी पंडल बाबा जय मुनि प्रेमी जय मुनि प्रेमी जय मुनि प्रेमी पंडल बाबा जय मुनि प्रेमी जय मुनि प्रेमी जय पंडल बाबा जय मुनि नमो काल भैरो नमो काल भैरो नमो काल भैरो जी भवानी नमो काल भैरो नमो काल भैरो नमो काल भैरो जी भवानी जय काल भैरो जय भवानी जय माता काली जय काल भैरो जय भवानी तुम्हें ही नाम से मैं पूजा कराऊंगी तुम्हें ही नाम से मैं पूजा कराऊंगी फिर भी फूल और माला बनाऊंगी फिर भी फूल और माला बनाऊंगी नमो काल भैरो नमो काल भैरो नमो काल भैरो हे भवानी नमो काल भैरो नमो काल भैरो नमो काल भैरो हे भवानी जय काल भैरो जय भवानी जय भजन सुनाऊंगी, तुम्हें ही नाम से मैं भजन सुनाऊंगी। फिर भी मन समहंस प्रभु की, फिर भी मन समहंस प्रभु की। नमो काल भैरो, नमो काल भैरो, नमो काल भैरो जी भवानी। नमो काल भैरो, नमो काल भैरो, नमो काल भैरो जी भवानी। जय 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 काल भैरो, जय जय भवानी, जय जय माता काली। जय 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 काल भैरो, जय जय भवानी, जय जय माता काली, जय जय माता काली, जय जय माता काली। शंभु महादेवा शिव, शंभु महादेवा, शंभु महादेवा शिव, शंभु महादेवा, शंभु महादेवा शिव, शंभु महादेवा। गंगाधरा हर गंगाधरा, गौरी भरा शंकरा, गौरी भरा शंकरा। गंगाधरा हर गंगाधरा, गौरी भरा शंकरा, गौरी भरा शंकरा। शिव 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 शंभो, हर 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 शंभो। शिव 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 शंभो, हर 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 शंभो। हरे भोलनाथ भगवान, साईनाथ भगवान। हरे भोलनाथ
भगवान, साईनाथ भगवान।
हरे भोलनाथ भगवान, हरे साईनाथ भगवान। हरे भोलनाथ भगवान, साईनाथ भगवान। शिव शिव शंकर हर परमेश्वर, साईश्वराय नमो। 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 हरि ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। जगदम्बे आनंद भैरवी साई माता दुख निवारणी देवी माता दुख निवारणी जगजननी माँ अम्बे भवानी जगजननी माँ अम्बे हे जगजननी माँ अम्बे भवानी अम्बे भवानी माँ दुर्गा भवानी जगजननी माँ अम्बे भवानी जगजननी अम्बे भवानी माँ दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे भवानी माँ लक्ष्मी भवानी जगजननी माँ जगजननी माँ अम्बे भवानी अम्बे भवानी माँ शारदा भवानी अम्बे भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ गौरी भवानी अम्बे भवानी माँ गौरी जगजननी माँ जगजननी माँ अम्बे भवानी जगजननी जगदम्बे आनंद भैरवी जगदम्बे आनंद भैरवी जगदम्बे आनंद भैरवी जगदम्बे आनंद भैरवी काली माता दुख निवारणी काली माता दुख निवारणी जगजननी माँ जगजननी माँ अम्बे भवानी जगजननी माँ जगजननी माँ अम्बे भवानी जगजननी माँ अम्बे भवानी
प्रेम से बोले श्री आदि शक्ति देवी दुर्गा माता की जय. Devotees and friends, Sitaram to one and all, and welcome to this, the first evening of our devotion for this Navraatri, Chait Navraatri of 2023. I was telling Beverly at the beginning just now that how long ago a lot of people used to be very scared of going the first night to a yajna because of the extra puja and everything else that had to be done. And then when the pundits of those days start the katha, they used to go, the first night used to always finish after 10 o'clock. Don't worry, I'm not carrying you all until 10, and I'm not making that as a justification. I was just referring then and now. So we had full complete Devima Puja, Yajna Puja. So the complete puja had been done, and then everybody had to do their offerings, and which takes us to this hour. Tomorrow would not take us, we'll get a little time for our message. So let us put the hands together, close the physical eyes as we do invocation. Gajananam bhutaganaadisevitam kapeta jambu palisar bhakshanam umasutam shoka vinashikarkam namami viganeshwar parapankajam ya devi sarvabhuteshu Saraswati Rupena Sanskritam Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaram Gurur Sakshat Parang Brahma Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Nagindrahara Trilochanaya Bhashmangragaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shudaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya Om Anjani Garbhasan Mukho Vayu Putro Mahabam Kumaro Brahmachari Cham Hanuman Me Prasidha Me Om Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Durga Rupena Sanskritam Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalani Durga Chama Shive Dhatri Swaha Swadha Namostute Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhanaktu Saha Vidyam Karvabhahe Tejasvinavarhitamastu Ma Vidvishabhahe Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Jai Jai Devi Jai Jai Mam Jai Jagadamba Bhavani Mam Ambe Bhavani Mata Ambe Bhavani Ambe Bhavani Mata Ambe Bhavani Jai Jai Jagadamba Bhavani
Jai Jai Jagadamba Bhavani Jai Jai Jagadamba Bhavani
Jai Jai Devi Jai Jai Mam Jai Jagadamba Bhavani Mam Sri Narayana Ji Bole Srishti Vidhan Mein मूल प्राकृति पंच प्रकार की कही गति है गणेश जननी दुर्गा राधा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती और सावित्री जय जय देवी जय जय मां जय जगदम्बा भवानी मां। नारद जी बोले हे ज्ञानी योग में श्रेष्ठायाप कृपा पूर्वक वतये की किस निमित्त उनका अभेर भाव होता है। जय जय देवी जय जय मां जय जगदम्बा भवानी मां। उनका स्वरूप क्या है, उनका लक्ष्मी क्या है, तथा वे किसी प्रकार पंच रूप में प्रकार हुई। सधो इन सभी स्वरूपों का चरित्रं पूजा विधान अभीष्टं गुण तथा किसी काम अवतार कहाँ हुआ यम। सब विस्तार पूर्वक मुझे भाते। जय जय देवी जय जय मां। अम्बे भवानी माता अम्बे भवानी
अम्बे
भवानी माता अम्बे भवानी।
जय 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 जगदम्बा भवानी जय 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 जगदम्बा भवानी जय 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 जगदम्बा भवानी जय 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 जगदम्बा भवानी।
आज शक्ति देवी दुर्गा माता की। So devotees and friends, Narayan starts the discussion and he says that this highest Prakriti is recognized as fivefold. This Shakti that we talk about is it into fivefold. It says the first fold is the mother of Ganesha by the name of Durga. The second form is Radha or Radhika. Third is Lakshmi. And then we have Saraswati. And then we have Savitri. This is the five form of Prakriti. So Narad then replied and he says, "Oh Gyani, listen. Who is this Prakriti?" He wants to know who is this Prakriti. Whether she is the nature of intelligence or of matter. Why did she manifest herself? And then again, why did she reveal herself in these five forms? The five forms are Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Radhika, and Savitri. Why it is that she take this five form? And so devotees and friends. And what are her characteristics? Now describe the lives of all, the different modes of their worship and the fruits that one received thereby by doing their worship. Please also inform me which form of them manifest themselves, in which different place does thou please narrate to me all these. Jai Jai Devi, Jai Jai Mam, Jai Jagadamba Bhavani Mam, Jai Jai Devi, Jai Jai Mam, Jai Jagadamba Bhavani Mam. Ambe Bhavani Mata, Ambe Bhavani, Ambe Bhavani Mata, Ambe Bhavani.
जय 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 जगदम्बा भवानी जय 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 जगदम्बा भवानी जय जय
Jai Devi, Jai Jai Man, Jai Jagadamba Bhavani Man. हे वस्ता देवी प्रकृति के संपूर्ण लक्षण कौन बात साथ है फिर भी धर्मराज के मुख से मैंने जो सुना है उससे यज्ञचिता रूप से जय जय देवी जय जय मां जय जगदम्बा भवानी मां अक्षर प्राकृतिक का भचाल है और कृति से सृष्ट का बरे होता है जो देवी सृष्टि प्रकृति में प्रकृष्ट जय जय देवी जय जय मां जय जगदम्बा भवानी मां अम्बे भवानी माता अम्बे भवानी माता अम्बे भवानी Narayan now speaking to Naraji says, O child, who is there in this world can describe fully the characteristics of Prakriti? So immediately Narayan tells to us that no one of us could really describe fully what is this Prakriti. But he says, however, I will discuss and let you know as much that I have heard from my own father. So Narayan is saying that he is going to tell what he heard from his father. So he is here now. He said that first syllable, pra, that represents, my dear friends, superiority, excellence. So the word pra comes from Prakriti, represents the best, or excellence. And it says the root word kriti denotes creation. So he says, from my father, Dharma, I have heard and I understand that Prakriti is the superior or excellent creation. So he's talking about the creation here. So the goddess Devi, who is the most excellent in the work of creation, is known as Devi Prakriti. So it is that absolute form, it is that energy, that absolute energy which is known as Prakriti. And so he says here that energy or that Prakriti now is of three parts: pra, kri, and ti. He says pra represents the Satogun, the most exalted qualities. And we're not going to go into the three gunas, but it's telling you now what Prakriti is. He said the Kri denotes the Rajogun, and the Ti, Prakriti, the Ti represents the Tamogun. And that's the reason why, my dear friends, when it tells to you that everything that is in this creation is under the sway of the three gunas, Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. Here, my dear friends, Narayan Bhagwan tells to us and it shows us the origin of the gunas, where it came from, Prakriti. That the word itself, in the three parts, denotes Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. He says here, the Satogun is considered the highest, as it is perfectly clear and free from impurities. So the Satogun or the pra in Prakriti represents, that perfect, clear, and free things of the world which there is no impurity. In this Kali age, we could hardly see anything that does not have impurities, He says now that the Rajogun is considered intermediate, as it will have some defects and it have some virtues, while the Tamogun is considered worst, as it completely hides the reality of knowledge. So, my dear friends, the Katha continues to tell to us. So, when intelligence of the nature of Brahma, goes beyond its three attributes, then it becomes Pradhan. What is Pradhan? When the Shakti or the energy goes beyond the three mode of Prakriti, Sato, Rajo, and Tamo, when it goes beyond that, what happens? It becomes Pradhan. What is Pradhan? Pradhan, my dear friends, is a style of Prakriti that does not be flavored by the three gunas. It just rises beyond that. It tells to us that before the creation was there, it says that Prakriti was subdivided into only two, Pra and Kriti. Pra and Kriti. And Pra and Kriti, my dear friends, represents, Purusha and Prakriti. It represents here Atman and Shakti. So it represents here male and female. So before the whole big creation was, this which was one full mass separated itself into two, male and female, power and consciousness, Shiva and Shakti, no form. Shiva and Shakti. That is what it was. And so, my dear friends, it tells to us, whereas it was male and female, you say the yogis who rise above the three gunas would not see male and female in Prakriti. They would not see any distinction in male and female, but they will see everything as one energy across the board. So you wouldn't be able to recognize who is Durga and who is Brahma, who is Lakshmi and who is Shiva. You would see all of them as the same one energy. And that is when we are able to carry ourselves beyond the three gunas. Once we stay within the gunas, then we will be able to still classify them as they are there. Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. But our goal is to carry ourselves beyond that, where we would not be able, we would not distinguish male or female, but we will see all as the energy of that supreme consciousness, that Mula Prakriti. And so there will be no distinction, no separate distinction. The yogis recognize neither male nor female. All they recognize is that Brahman, that Ishwar. There is nothing in this world that can exist for a moment even without that energy. Nothing exists without that energy. Devotees and friends, it tells to us that when the creation came, when Prakriti came into the creation, the mother presented herself, Ganesh mother presented herself as Durga. She presented herself as Durga. She came first. The most auspicious, loved by Shiva. She is Narayani, Vishnu, Maya, and of the nature of Purna Brahma, the Supreme Brahma. This eternal, all auspicious Devi is the presiding deity of all the Devas, and is therefore worshipped and praised by Brahma and the other Devas, Munis. This Bhagavati Durga Devi, when she get pleased, and I'm just telling you this in brief this evening because of the time constraint. Tomorrow we'll go in more details. It says when you pray to Durga Devi Mata and she gets pleased, she destroy all the sorrows, she destroy all the pains and troubles of the bhaktas, of the devotees that have taken refuge at her feet. And she gives them dharma. What is dharma? Dharma is all that is necessary for us to sustain ourselves by. So devotees and friends, it says here, she gave us everlasting name and fame, all auspicious thing and blissful of all happiness. And she gave us final liberation. She is the greatest refuge of these bhaktas that come to her totally for protection and in great distress, whom she saved from their dangers and calamities. In fact, know this Durga Devi as verily the presiding deity of the heart of that Param Atma, Krishna, and his highest Shakti of the nature of the holy fire and the holy light. She is omnipotent and reside always with Bhagavan Krishna, the Param Atma, the great God. She is worshipped by all siddhas, those who have attained success, those who have attained, all the siddhas, she is being worshipped by. And so, my dear friends, when pleased, she gives whatever success that her bhaktas, her devotees are looking forward for. The great Devi is in the intelligence. She is in sleep, she is hunger, she is thirst, she is shadow, she is fatigue, kindness, memory, forbearance, errors, peace, beauty, and consciousness. That Durga Devi is contentment, nourishment, prosperity, and fortitude. She is sung in the Vedas and in the Sastras. Devotees and friends, she is, the reason why here Narayan talked about this is sanctioned in the Vedas. Because, my dear friends, our Puranas are not the Vedas, the Upanishads, all these. They are the books that confirm what the Puranas says. Because the Puranas came into being at a time when, my dear friends, devotees were not able to meet the harsh and stiff method of devotion. And so great Vedvyas put together the Puranas for us so that it can soften up itself. Because if you look at the Puranas, you will see all the Puranas are there into story form. But the deep philosophy and the deep meaning is there just as from the Vedas. So this is why it is mentioned here that the Vedas give authority of this description of Durga, the mother of Sri Ganesh. And this tell you here also that Sri Ganesh was not just only when Parvati created him, but he was always there from the beginning in the creation. Prem Sabale Sri Adi Shakti Devi Durga Mata Ki. So my dear friends, all these qualities are also mentioned in the Vedas, as it says here. So tomorrow we'll go back over Durga Ma, and then we'll continue with Lakshmi, Saraswati, Radhika, and Savitri. Wonderful, if time permitted this evening, I had all those prepared to tell to you. And then tomorrow we would have been going into the method of the worship. But tomorrow we'll talk about the reason behind that full force Shakti taking the 4-5 form of Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Radhika, and Savitri. Prem Sabale Shri Ramchandra Bhagavan Ki. And you will come to understand tomorrow that this worship that we are doing here through the Navraatri is not just about, offering, but it is about living your own life. It is about bringing you closer to the Divine Mother, which is the absolute power of this universe. A question was asked, why it is that the Lord creates this universe? And then after we go through all of this, he destroyed the universe and then again come back to create. And my answer was, what would be the use of electricity generating when there is no electrical equipments so that electricity can show its power, it can show its beauty to the world? What will be the use of God's energy if there were no trees and plants and none of us, so that that energy of God could show itself through? We are all, my dear friends, we are all manifestation. We are all an exhibit. We were all created by that supreme consciousness, that supreme divine mother, that which is known as the Kul Kundalini Shakti, that which, my dear friends, subdivide itself into the 5 in Prakriti to bring the creation, so that that energy will be able to show to us the beauty of God. Any one of us have ever seen the wind? W-I-N-D? No. But because the trees are here, you'll see the wind blowing the tree, the branches in the tree. So you know the breeze is blowing. You will see the power of the wind when it blows and something takes it up. But if there is no object for the wind to show its power, then nobody will know the power of the wind. So too, God is total energy. He is bliss. He is, the happiness, the peace, the divinity. But to show to that, there must be objects to show to it. And that's the reason why this world have been created. We have been created. And always remember, none of us, we are all, we may have resemblance in our face. And we'll say, okay, he's like a father, the girl is like she mother. But my dear friends, they are all different still. God have created each and every one separate. No two person is identically 100% the same. No. And that's the greatness of this Shakti. That's the greatness of this power of the Divine Mother. And tomorrow evening we are going to really unravel all of this. But remember the word Prakriti, which is really the creation, that which you could see, that which is manifested, that which is object, is of three parts: Prakriti, Sato, Raju, and Tamu. The yogis teach us that we must rise beyond that while we live here, and that is known as Jivan Mukti. So when we go above that, we do not distinguish, plant and tree. We treat the plants with the same amount of love that we will treat a child. We will treat the animal just as we will treat our own child. That is when we cross the three gunas. But once we live within the three gunas, we'll see pretty, we'll see ugly. We'll have acceptance, we'll have rejection. But once we cross that, we'll see everything as a manifestation and a creation of God. Prem Sabal Shinam Chandra Bhagavan Ki. We still have Havan to do because I've seen a set of Samagri there. So just let us, somebody light up the Havan there. And everybody will come and make a little offering because it's a lot of Samagri there still. Om Bhurvuvaswa, Om Bhurvuvaswa, Dhauriva Bhumana, Prithvi Bhavanim Natastayast Prithvi Devaya Jani, Pratishtaya Ganyana Dhamana Dadayadadhi, Om Mandakiniyas water, Mandakiniyas Tuyarvari Sarvapaparam Divyam Tatidam Kalipratam, Samyajyam Achmanyam Tvangtvaya. Start offering now. Om Aintirmayatama Jata Vedase Nidyaswa Vardyaswa. Cheda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Prashubhi Brahma Varjase Anadhina Samidhaya Swaha. Om Susumidhaya. So straight out. Each time you take up and throw out. Om Susumidhaya Sojase Gritanti Brahmjotana Aganaye Jata Vedase Swaha. Om Samidhaya Ganim Dhuvasya Grite Dabhodaya Ati Timas Minhabya Johotana Swaha. Om Gam Ganapati Nama Swaha. Om Sri Guru Charan Kamle Bhyo Namah Swaha. Om Haring Aing Haring Saraswati Namah Swaha. Om Sri Guru Charan Kamle Bhyo Namah Swaha. Om Shri Bashkaraya Namah Swaha. Om Somaya Namah Swaha. Om Bhaumaya Namah Swaha. Om Budhaya Namah Swaha. Om Brihaspatiyaya Namah Swaha. Om Shri Hanumantaya Namah Swaha. Om Namo Narayanaya Vidmahi Vasudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat Swaha. Namo Narayanaya Vidmahi Vasudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishnu Bhagwan Prachodayat Swaha. Om Durga Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataya Namah 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 Swaha. Everybody come and offer a little bit now. Om Durga Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataya Namah Swaha. All you have spoon across there, just bring one from across there. Om Durga Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataya Namah Swaha. 5 offerings and then you go back. Om Durga Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataya Namah Swaha. Om Durga Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataya Namah Swaha. Om Durga Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataya Namah Swaha. Next. Om Durga Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataya Namah Swaha. 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 Om Durga Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataye 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 Namah Swaha. Everybody recite. Om Durga Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataye Namah Swaha. 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 We have 4 spoon here. Om Durga Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataye Namah Swaha. Om Durga Durgati Rakshani Rakshani. Come from this side here. Durga Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataye Namah Swaha. Durga Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataye Namah Swaha. Om 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 Durga Durgati Rakshani Rakshani. Om Durga Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataye Namah Swaha. Durga Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataye Namah Swaha. Om Durga Durgati. Om Durga Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataye Namah Swaha. 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 Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataye Namah Swaha. Om Durga 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 Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataye Namah Swaha. Durgati Rakshani Rakshani Mataye Namah Swaha. Om Durga Durgati 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 Rakshani Mataye Namah Swaha. Just Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha. Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha. Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha. Ad Shakti Devi Durga Mata Ki. Take water, sacrifice now. Mandakini tu Yarvari Sarva Papharam Dibyam. Tatidam Kalipratam Samyajyam. Achmanyam Twaya. Again Devata Ki Jai. Uddha Swagani. Prati Jagrahi Twamishta Purati. Sam Srijay Tamayam Cha Asmin Sadhasmin. Aryutadhasmin Vishwe Deva Yachamanai Chai Sijata. Again Devata Ki Jai. Do Artina Jayo. Alright. Let me do a little arti now and then we close. Coconut. Pray now in your own words to Durga Devi Ma. Ask of her for that guidance and that protection at all times. Hari Om Tat Sat Om Sri Durga Durgati Rakshani Mataye Namah. Om Sri Durga Durgati Rakshani Mataye Namah. Om Sri Durga Durgati Rakshani Mataye Namah. Om Sri Arshakti Devi Durga Mata Ki Jai. Suno mere Devi Parvatavashini Tera Paran Paya. Suno mere Devi Parvatavashini Tera Paran Paya. Tera Paran Paya. All please stand. Suno mere Devi Parvatavashini Tera Par.
सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी तेरा पार न पाया.
नंगे पग तेरे आगे आया. पर्वतवासिनी तेरा पार न पाया।
सुनो मेरे देवी पर्वतवासिनी तेरा पार न पाया।
पान सुपारे त्वचा नारियल ले तेरे भेंट चढ़ाया। पान सुपारी त्वचा नारियल ले तेरे भेंट चढ़ाया। मेरे देवी पर्वतवासिनी तेरा पार न पाया। मेरे देवी पर्वतवासिनी तेरा पार न पाया। मेरे देवी पर्वतवासिनी तेरा पार न पाया। कलियुग द्वापर त्रेता मध्य में कलियुगे राज सवारा। पान सुपारे त्वचा नारियल ले तेरे भेंट चढ़ाया। हो मेरे देवी पर्वतवासिनी तेरा पार न पाया। 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 सुनो मेरे देवी पर्वतवासिनी तेरा पार न पाया। आज शक्ति देवी दुर्गा माता की जय। Put in the hands together, closing the physical eyes, we all pray. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoramaya Mritam Gamaya. Om Tvameva Matam Cha Pita Tvamevam Tvameva Bandhum Cha Sika Tvamevam Tvameva Vidyam Dravinam Tvamevam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Devam. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. प्रेम से बोले श्री आदि शक्ति देवी दुर्गा माता की, शंकर भगवान की, सनातन धर्म की, ओम श्री गुरुदेवता की जय जय सीताराम. All please have your seat. Arti Prasad will come to you and there are refreshments for all. So tomorrow, who doing puja tomorrow? So Avinash, right. So Pandit Jai is here for 5:30. So please try and be here for 5:30. People who have to make your offerings, see to reach here by 6:30, 6:45 for the latest, please. So that we can have a little bit of reading tomorrow. Sitaram to all. Let us crack the nutmegs. You'll find it? Use a lota na. Empty one of the lota and use it. Come tomorrow, I'll bring my hammer. Om Durga Durgate Rakshani Rakshani Mataye Namaha Swaha. Ad Shakti Devi Durga Mata Ki Jai. Ad Shakti Devi Durga Mata Ki Jai. Ad Shakti Devi Durga Mata Ki Jai. We have a few again. Ad Shakti Devi Durga Mata Ki Jai. Ad Shakti Devi Durga Mata Ki Jai. Everybody hit in one lash. What happened with you? Ad Shakti Devi Durga Mata Ki Jai. How much again we had? Two more. One more. Right, that's it. Ad Shakti Devi Durga Mata Ki Jai. Ad Shakti Devi Durga Mata Ki Jai. One more. Avinash. Ad Shakti Devi Durga Mata Ki Jai. Very good. Right, Alisha Rong now, Sahari and Lapsi.